don't ever say the F word, right? It's never free. They pay their insurance, but he's been a great help today, and the rest of our crew. Really appreciate it, and thanks for being here. Please, guys, find a seat. There's plenty of open spots. Get comfortable. Get to know your neighbor. So yeah, I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself if I can figure out the button. There we go. My name's Chase Billings, like Tanner said. We've got to connect with people just as much as we've got to manage those things well. But here's what I want to help you guys focus on and maybe get a solution to some of those. So who's ever heard of WIIFM before? What's in it for me? Everybody's favorite radio station, right? So when we go to a customer, especially in a roofing proposition, and it's insurance, right? What's the proposition? What's in it for the customer? Free roof, right? Well, it's not free. Don't ever say the F word. Right? It's never free. They pay their insurance, and they're gonna have to pay their deductible. But it's a hell of a lot cheaper than anything else that they're gonna do with, right? But just as importantly is what's in it for you, the sales rep, right? I've gotten really, really good at a value proposition, and you guys will see when I do my value proposition, when I tell people, hey, this is a free roof, it's really, really good. I've worked a lot on it. Like, that's my expertise, right? But what I learned is that it's only good enough to pique their interest if you can't have just as good of a what's in it for me as the salesman statement, right? So then I got that to be where it's really, really good. So that we let people know very clearly, hey, what's in it for me is that I'm gonna deal with all the bullshit that is your insurance company and or your roof, and you guys are gonna get the last roof you ever have to worry about, hopefully on their dime. People are super stoked about that when I say, hey, by the way, all that I'm in it for is to be the guy that builds it. You need somebody to do that work, don't you? I've got all of it, not just the stuff on your roof, but your insurance too. Making it super clear sense as to why I'm here, right? And this, at least in a pitch, is my very least favorite thing I ever hear. I tell my reps, if I hear you say this, I'll fire you. And it's, I'm just in the neighborhood. Be honest, guys, who's using that in their pitch right now? Just out in the neighborhood, talking to the families, doing some consumer or community outreach, right? Well, you could just go do that somewhere else if you bring that to my door, right? Like, see ya. You're never just in a neighborhood. That's never why you're here. Why I'm here is a very specific, important reason. And in roofing, there's always a project. What do we call it? Sino? The what? Roof buyback program. I've heard hail inspection program, wind recon. I don't give a shit what you guys call it. Give yourself a name and a reason to be there. For us, it's the Hail Recon Project. You guys should have been home for the storm back on August 13th. That's why I'm here. I can't tell you guys how much power is in that. Actually having a reason, even if it's a made up name, that you gave to it as to why you're in the neighborhood, people immediately just go, oh, okay, cool. What is that? Instead of like, no, why are you here? What are you doing, dude? You're creeping me out. You won't stop staring at me in my soul. That's a big one. Takeaways is my next, one of my favorite things to do. Did anybody see the video of me pitching Sam on the stage at RoofCon that he posted on his social media like 2 or 3 days ago? I talk about the AML project. Does that ring a bell to anybody? I use takeaways throughout my whole pitch all the time, regardless of what I'm doing. Who can tell me what I mean by that? So he said, to pull it back, we're creating an opportunity where the customer might not be able to buy, right? And that's 100% it. My favorite line for that when I'm on a door, it's like, I don't even know if you guys qualify. Yeah, this is sexy. I'd love to get you a free roof if you qualify. And if you do it the right way, it immediately triggers it. And anybody who takes care of like their finances, their home, their business, their family, they immediately say what? Anybody know? I know I qualify. I know I qualify. What is it? Tell me. And now it's a competition. It's like they have to earn your business now, not the other way around, right? So instead of being afraid of the sale, we're going to use takeaways and tell them, hey, I don't even think you're going to do this or want this or can qualify for it, but I guess we could try. Ton of psychological power in that, guys. Less is more. This goes back to the don't show up and throw up. One of my favorite pitches ever was I walked up to a guy who had been new rep talking on a door in Rock Falls, Illinois. He had been on this door for at least 30 minutes, and I only know because of the timestamp on my text, right? I show up and he's still talking to the guy on his front step, hasn't pulled his ladder out of his truck or anything. And he was trying to tell him about warranties on roofing and we have the best installers and this and that. And I listened for all of 30 seconds and I got the guy's attention and it was just like, hey, your neighbor's had a bunch of hail damage. Do you want me to see if you have some too? And he's like, please. Get this guy off of my doorstep. And that was it. That was my pitch. Sometimes less is a hell of a lot more than giving people a million reasons why I'm here. So just as important as it is to know the right information to say, you've got to know what your customer wants to hear. And ignore my spelling error, but people buy from people they like. That guy liked me because I could tell he was a no BS guy, didn't want to hear the pitch, didn't give a rip about what shingles we were doing. He just wanted to know if his roof had damage or not. That's it. He was the easiest customer I've ever signed in my entire life. Because guess what we found? A bunch of damage. I'll be damned, right? I want to give you guys an example of what not to do. Now, I know this isn't door to door, but I'm just here in the neighborhood, right? If I go up to a door and I lead with, hey, I'm a roofer, I'm local, the name of my company is the D2D Experts, we've been around for 22 years, and yeah, you should totally get us to look at your roof and go through insurance to buy it from them. What would your reaction be to that if you were a homeowner? Get the fuck out of here, right? Like, I don't want anything to do with you. But essentially, I gave them all the information. Was any of that a lie or misleading or no? But we can't just feed people what we think they want to hear. We got to find out what they want to hear. And that's what this talks about. So what you should do instead, ask some questions, guys. And then if you read the next one, you can see you're going to ask some more questions. And then we're going to ask a couple more, and then we're going to ask the big question. And if you guys read the last one, you'll get a good chuckle out of that. There's no reason to do anything other than get information from your customer so that we can accurately portray what we're going to do to help them. Do you guys think that 90-year-old Agatha, who has been retired for 20 years and lost her husband 10 years ago, has the same interests, concerns, or needs as a 35-year-old guy, first-time home buyer that has 3 little kids running around? I can guarantee you they don't. But if I don't ask questions, I'm never going to find out how to speak to them and what they actually care about, right? So I know everybody, we're at D2D, right? Door-to-door conference. But if you guys think you're in door-to-door sales, I need you to change that a little bit. What we do is called question-based selling. It just so happens the catalyst we do that through is the front door of people's homes.